Capricorn, welcome or welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. We're talking about February 2022, so I hope your year is off to a good start. If you're new, thank you so much for being here. If you are coming back, thank you so much for being here. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I would be eternally grateful. What else? I feel like I'm missing something. Anyway, we're using the Light Seers Tarot today, and interestingly enough, like with this, specifically with this deck, I guess, my attention has been drawn to the cards that are on the bottom of the split when I'm shuffling the deck. So generally, like before I start the recording, I'll shuffle the deck a bunch of times, kind of go through my little ritual to connect with the light beings and the guides that I hope to work with. And in any case, so my attention is being brought to the card at the bottom, or the cards at the bottom of the split, which is awesome. I don't generally pay attention because I don't like shuffle the deck in a way where I see them. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter. I will go wherever the energy will take me, honestly, as long as it feels good. So the cards that were at the bottom of your split were the Page of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. So, I mean, a couple things, like, you know, the Six of Wands talks about success, victory, kind of almost like being seen in the depiction in this deck anyway. And of course, I always think of like, I should pull those cards out so I can show them. Whatever. So, you know, the Six of Wands, victory. Like I said, you know, the depiction in this deck has a woman figure kind of on a stage. So, you know, I mean, you could be putting yourself out there a bit more, or even just showing up for yourself a bit more could be how that can be translated. And then the Page of Pentacles talks about kind of like the beginning stages of something. So the pentacles have to do with money. It has to do with our physical body. So you could have successfully landed a new position, like a new job. You could be searching for a new job, and that is going to be successful. Like if that's something that hasn't shown up in your reality yet, it could be on its way. You could be making a lifestyle change, you know, like you could be trying to introduce a new routine into your day. However that looks for you, you know, meditation, yoga, working out, whatever it might be, as far as like, just a different ritual to kind of fill your own cup though. You know, it's creating space for yourself with the intention of, like I said, you know, just filling your own cup, like rejuvenating, intentional rest. So, I mean, we'll see how it comes out in the story. I mean, we have the Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So again, I mean, you know, like there seems to be like some good stuff happening. So I really do hope that you're either feeling it, or I honestly do hope that you will be feeling it here in the next little bit. So just really quick, for those of you who are new, we do kind of like a 4-card spread. If you see glitter, I apologize. I don't know what I was thinking with glitter. Anyway, we do a 4-card spread. The center card is the current energy. To the left of that is any potential blocks. Underneath is advice for clearing the block. And the last card is kind of like the energy that we're heading into. also too, you know, like, I mean, the Pentacles deal with the element earth, and obviously you are an earth sign. So again, you know, like I was saying, it could just be, you may just be very kind of internally focused. I know the Page of Pentacles isn't specifically a Capricorn card, I don't believe. But like I said, it is the element of earth. So, you know, it's always cool, kind of like when our own energy shows up. Look at, okay. Okay, so that's how this is gonna go. I absolutely love it. We have the Fool for the current energy. And honestly, I wasn't even done with my spiel. So let's just kind of set these down for a second. The cards do have to follow the deck, as you saw here. My intention is just for one card to come out at a time. We'll take two if they come out together, but any more than two, we'll put it back in the deck. Because we just want the story to be clear, the message to be clear. If the cards flip in the deck, we'll just flip them back over and keep it moving. Like I said, they do have to fall out. And I don't shuffle reversals into the decks, but if it falls out and does a pirouette or something and lands in the reverse position, we'll take it. Because like I said, we'll go wherever the energy takes us. So now that that is all been said, we have the Fool card. The Fool talks about, you know, it's the 0 in the major arcana. And to me, it's like, you know, this energy of right before a new beginning starts. So it's that period of like, almost kind of holding our breath, the anticipation of a new beginning. It's, you know, like kind of building up our energy to actually do it. It's generally, and even in this depiction, it's a leap of faith. It's trusting that when you fall off this cliff, there's going to be a net there for you, you know, like you're going to kind of fall into exactly what you need to fall into. And then we have the World card at the bottom of the deck. So this is a major cycle in your life coming to an end. It goes 21 and then 0. So this is the last card in the major arcana. This is the quote unquote first. So again, you know, like this could be a job that you've been at for a long time. And by long time, I mean, you know, a long time is kind of relative, right? Like it could be 3 years is a long time for you. It could be 20 years is a long time for you, right? But it's something that has been kind of going on for an extended period of time. This could be a way of thinking. This could be a way of living your life. This could be, right? I mean, it's all over the board. So of course, take what resonates. Underneath that, we have the 3 of Swords. And that to me, you know, again, it's a period where maybe you have felt stuck. And, you know, like if it is a job, maybe you've just kind of felt stuck for whatever reason. You know, maybe you had to be there because of insurance. Maybe you had to be there because of the pay, whatever it is. You know, if it's something that does have to do with with your health, then, you know, kind of like I was saying before with the Page of Pentacles and the 6 of Wands, you could have made a decision to end a certain lifestyle and dive into another one. But, you know, I mean, this period of, you know, it's depicted as heartbreak, but the swords deal with our thoughts. So it's like the mental anguish around whatever the situation is coming to an end. Hell yeah. Absolutely. And within the first 2 months, that's what's up. Making big moves. And again, you know, if this isn't necessarily something that you're like currently experiencing or You know, it's not necessarily coming up in your view yet. It could be an energy that you are like heading towards, like, you know, you have kind of your ship pointed north, you know, and you're just gonna keep, you know, if it starts veering, you're just gonna put it right back on course, right? So if this is just an energy that you are heading in, and you know, these changes that you are trying to make, this is just confirmation that it's coming, and you will start to see the I keep wanting to say fruits of your labor, and honestly that's not really like the saying but I had to get it out of my head. You will see it pay off. Like, you'll see your focus and attention and heading in a certain direction. You'll see it start to pay off. So what is the block for Capricorn? What's blocking Capricorn? This to me feels like it's like it's taking too long is how it feels. As you know, probably being an earth sign, I'm a Taurus, so I get it also, but it's a little bit slower moving, which sometimes is good, because I think maybe it's just for Taurus. I'm not very literate and fluid in astrology quite yet. Working on it. But we are just a little bit slower moving in big changes. And sometimes that's good. Other times it's like, ugh, I've made my decision. Again, like I was saying before, I know kind of the direction that I want to head in, and I'm just ready to do that. But then it's like, everything kind of around you, so we make these decisions, right? And, we shift our vibrations, and we do all of the things, right, to kind of like get our alignment together. And then it's like, there's all these shifts that have to happen in order for these things to manifest, right? So it takes a little bit of time. The Seven of Pentacles, we see these pentacles that are planted, and we just kind of see him. I always kind of see this as like Reiki or like energy work, but it's more so just, like focusing energy, focusing attention. Once you like plant seeds in the ground, you still have to foster them and nurture, and you still have to water them. It's still, you're not just done once you put them in the ground, right? So it takes a little bit of time and consistency to do that. So with this being in the blocked position, either there has been some inconsistencies, or like I said, like my original thought was, or my original feeling that I was getting was that it's kind of dragging, like just taking a little bit of time. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of the deck, which is part of the reason why, like that was kind of the original message, because it's like, here you are trying to get this wheel turning, right? Like trying to like move forward or trying to move in a different direction. And here you are kind of having to sit in this energy and just kind of foster. It could be even a skill. I mean, like you could be wanting to change industries. You could be even wanting to branch out on your own and launch your own business. So, like you could be working on like learning a new trade or a new skill, and that's what's taking forever. Like maybe you thought that it was going to go a little bit quicker, whatever it is, right? And I get that too, because Like I said, you know, I am not full of patience at all. So, you know, but we have this Wheel of Fortune here too. So I just have to say, you know, like if there is a wheel that is trying to be turned, being in the blocked position here, let's just see what the advice is. What's the advice for Capricorn? What is the... Hello. So, sorry about that. Ooh, the level of technical difficulties I've been having lately, great lessons. But, long story short, I went through and recorded this whole video, and then right at the end, it stops recording and the screen goes black. And then when I went back to see how much of the recording it did, it stopped, I think, after this card was already down. So I just left everything the way that it was and walked away from it because I was like, what the hell? So anyway, I'm sorry that, I don't know, I'm sure you probably maybe don't mind that you didn't have to watch me shuffling the cards, but I did just want to find, of course, there we go, this one. Okay, so anyway, we'll just move forward from here. So we have the Seven of Wands in the advice for how to clear the block. And just kind of like I was saying, you know, just for me to recap, we have the current energy being the Fool. There's this this newness that you want to come in, right? Or that you're pursuing yourself. And the block is, you know, again, like maybe having the patience, maybe it's the fact that we do have to nurture a new thing for it to materialize. And then we have the Seven of Wands as far as like the advice for clearing the block. And, you know, in this depiction, she's sitting in this bubble, meditating, it almost kind of looks like. We have this starburst coming out of the solar plexus. So it's like she doesn't even notice or pay attention to these seven wands that are down here trying to poke at her, right? And the Seven of Wands is very much about standing your ground, maybe even being a little bit defensive, but defensive in the fact of really holding on to what you want, like almost kind of not letting other people's opinions sway that, which I always kind of get as being the energy of these Seven Wands. It's like, you know, everybody has an opinion about everything. And that can sometimes change like the way that we do things or the things that we actually do or don't do. So, and then at the bottom of the deck with the Seven of Wands was the Eight of Wands. And the energy that I was kind of getting from this even was there's more information yet to come. So it's almost just kind of like this invitation to just kind of stick it out. Just, you know, like relax into the uncertainty or the unknown, or even get comfortable in the uncomfortable is also a message that was coming through, because there is more information that you need in order to maybe even make a decision or to decide to continue heading in a certain direction, or to kind of switch paths a little bit, right? So, because the Eight of Wands talks about fast-moving, incoming communication or action even, because we have all these wands that kind of look like they're all heading in the same direction, right? They're all coming in. It's not like they're all kind of going in every which direction. It's kind of like All of the energy is being focused to this one thing. So this could also just be that, there is more information coming your way. And that's the advice, is to almost kind of allow that to come in and just kind of sit with it and see how you feel about it. See if that changes anything for you. And then also, just that we have 2 sevens here also. And then we kind of have this progression from the 7 and the 8, right? So things are moving, changing, whatever, but it may just not feel that way right now. And I was also saying too, and I can't remember if I said it before the video cut out, but when we make a decision to start aligning our energies and our intentions to head in this new direction, because like I was saying with the Fool card, it's that moment before the beginning actually begins. So it's all the formulating, all of the anxiety, all of the what ifs and pros and cons, and recalibrating and resituating routines and plans and stuff, right? So, once we make a decision to head in a certain direction, then it's like the energy of everything else like needs to, it goes into kind of moving things around so that this can, your alignment, the direction that you're heading in is clear, right? Like it just kind of starts moving shit out of the way, or putting small little speed bumps in your path, or whatever it is, right? So like when we make a decision to start heading in a direction, then everything else kind of needs to do their thing. And by they, I mean just the energies need to do their thing to also get set up for that. Right? I'm not saying that it's always easy, but, and that takes time also. So that's just kind of like a message I was getting with the 7 of Wands too, is that, all of these things are kind of formulating for you and getting set up for you to head in this direction, to catch you, right? Like when you do fall back, that net is going to be there, but they have to create the net, right? I hope that makes sense. So the energy of where we're heading is the Tower came out. And I know the Tower has like its own kind of energy around it too. Like people see it as being a bad thing. But, the Tower, the purpose of the Tower is really to shave off whatever is no longer serving us. In this depiction, there's this lightning strike, and it kind of looks like it hit the ground almost, but we have these butterflies here. So there's this invitation of this depiction of transformation, because that's kind of what butterflies, like represent. So whatever this situation is, there could be things in your life that are going to change or even just completely fall off. You can even find yourself going in a different direction than what you thought. Like here, like maybe you thought you were just going to keep kind of going straight, and then something else kind of comes in and you're like, oh, that's actually more in alignment with what I perceive my life to look like, or my relationships or whatever. And you just kind of, you make a little correction, and you start heading off in this direction. It doesn't have to be a complete 180. It certainly can, absolutely. But, like this thing wouldn't have even been a possibility if you hadn't started even just heading north, say, right? Like, so that's just kind of like the energy that I'm getting from the Tower card as well, is that there very well could be a separate option. We have the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. The Lovers talks about the choices that we make, having big decisions to make. Of course, I'm not going to skate over the fact that it could be talking about a relationship. So if any of this has anything to do with a relationship, then the energy that we're heading into is that you are going to decide to leave a relationship, or you may decide to leave a relationship, and that comes with its own, you know, like, who am I outside of this relationship? What are my routines outside of this relationship? How does my like day-to-day look with outside of this relationship, right? And then of course, like dealing with the emotions and thought processes that come along with relationships ending. It could also mean that there is a higher level of commitment that comes from a relationship. So that kind of has the same struggles, right? Like, what is my routine within this relationship? What does my day-to-day life look like within this relationship? How am I going to kind of hold on to my own identity as part of a couple, right? So, you know, that definitely could be a situation going on as well. But this to me more feels like there's a decision to, like, this information that comes in really kind of forces like a big decision, you know, and this decision could really kind of like cause just some major changes in your life. And this could even just be moving to a different city or state. It could be, you know, whatever, like having to sell your house or something, you know what I mean? Like, they are big changes, but it's intentional chaos to get you from over here to maybe something that wasn't really working out so much anymore to over here, which is what you want and what you've been trying to manifest, what you've been focusing on, right? But it's just this middle part. And this Tower card is a little bit scary because it is kind of big. So we have the Ace of Wands right behind it, right? So, and her third eye is kind of lit up there. So there comes this this new inspiration. It could be a new creative idea that comes to mind from this Tower card. I mean, it is a big thing, whatever it is, but it's also for your benefit, and it is going to bring something new into your life that is aligned with what you have been working to manifest. So I hope that makes sense. And again, I'm sorry for my technical issues here. I will get that cleaned up. And thanks again. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.